Let's look at some rare and old puzzles and some new and exciting puzzles. Today we're going to look at 1 2000, 5 1000s, and lots of 500s, and slightly less 300, 200, and 100s. So I'm Lisa from Puzzle by Lisa, and we're going to start actually with a very amazing puzzle that is very old from an unknown year, and it's called Rocky Hill Retro. This one is absolutely amazing, and it's actually made of labels of fruit crates, and they're super colorful and dramatic. And basically, like, really, the person that created this one created also another one that is called Domestic Diva that I haven't done yet, but I really want to do. This is by Eureka Lake Studio, and as I said, these are real fruit. I would say it's not exactly politically correct, but I don't know what year it's from, so I guess we will not know. But the collage itself is super fun. I like the text. I like the different colors. It's just absolutely adorable. And I have to say that I'm super happy that I got that. It's very hard to get this one. So that was the first puzzle that I've done in the first half of June, and we're going to cover the rest half of June. Why did I do that? I thought it's really cool, and I just wanted to do a cool puzzle. Same kind of thing is like this Gelini Fitness from 2008 by Georg Janicek, and Gelini series, of course. This one is actually one of the hardest ones to get, and I'm just doing Gelini once in a while. I've done the Gelini music in May. I've done the Gelini game night in May. And yeah, now it's time to do this one. So very fun, beautiful, and actually very easy puzzle as well. The next one is actually a very new puzzle. This one is called Safari. It's rear view mirror, and basically, like, it's from 2024. If you watched my new puzzles from Germany, that's one of them. And the interesting thing here is, of course, the puzzle itself is going to be the opposite direction of the mirror. But moreover, when you actually do the puzzle, you see a lot more than what you see in the mirror, because the mirror is only allowing you to see a small part of the road, and the real world behind you, if you took a picture with a camera, would be actually wider and taller. And so you get the main part of the photo, you're getting it actually like turned around, and you need to kind of like switch that. Again, if you don't look at the picture, like I don't, that doesn't matter. But if you do look at the picture, that means you have extra challenge on this one. So depending if you're looking for that, there are 3 puzzles in the series. They're all like pretty cool. One police, one traffic jam, and this one is Safari. And all of them are really cool. And if you're like the mirror image idea, there is actually a series called Mirror Image that has 6 puzzles from a much older time. The next puzzle that I wanted to do is this one. It's called Evasion. And this is a Triptychon puzzle. That means that it's actually one box, has 3 different puzzles in it, but they're all mixed. So each one of those has their own, edges, and the puzzle is a panorama puzzle basically, but it is actually divided to 3. So if you wanted to hang it on your wall, you needed actually 3 frames, and just to put them next to each other. A lot of people tend to do that kind of stuff. The artist here is Riese Lassen, and that's an artist who's amazing, especially with everything related to sunsets, and a lot of like purple and pink and yellow. Amazing. This one is from 2009, and I have a few more Triptychon, and I think that's my most watched video. So if you haven't watched my Triptychon and 3x500 like video, I highly recommend. It's from like about 2 years ago, maybe slightly like longer, and you'll find a lot of like things that just no one is printing today. So if you like that stuff, then you should totally like check it out. And I'll try to do Triptychon here and there because I like them, and because maybe you want to know them as well. So yeah, Riese Lassen. He has also puzzles actually from not too long ago. Let's see, what was the latest one that he created? And Okay, the first thing you need to know, he has 30 puzzles with Ravensburger, so. And then the last puzzle that he created was from 2019, it looked like. So, not very recent, but slightly kind of recent. Okay. The next one is a very, very rare puzzle. It's called the Efteling Rava Lane, something like that. Efteling is actually an amusement park in Europe. And at some point, they just did puzzles with Ravensburger. I think they totally did something like 4 or 5. And they're an amusement park that have kids' fairy tales in it. And so the total they had was 5 with Ravensburger, actually. And they also have a game with Ravensburger. I have only 4. So if you have the 5th one, let me know. I would be very happy to do it. You see here the Efteling thing. If you look at the serial number of this one, it starts with 88. And what does it mean, the 88? I did promise you a video on serial numbers, but I have not done that yet. 88 means that this is kind of like a local specific printing, and it's actually not something that's supposed to go like very wide worldwide, definitely not going to the US or something like that. Efteling today are doing puzzles, unfortunately, with some other company, and they don't have the original puzzles because I asked them because I want the 5th one, and they don't unfortunately have it. But I've done this one because my friend Laura really wanted it, and I think I have some friends that are puzzle friends that are just outstanding, and so we're helping each other out on things. This was pretty easy. It wasn't too difficult. Some of the Efteling ones, I think that the one I've done a while ago was even more enchanting, but you know, not everything is exactly the same. And as I said, the number is 88. 88, 89 are things that are printed in Europe or printed specifically by Ravensburger for another company, or you know, somebody specific. Like for example, if you look at Eau Fontaine series, it's all 88, 89, 90. It's really like that's the numbers because it means something that somebody kind of ordered. And I told you I did it 2000, so Aimee Stewart. This one is called Wild Kingdom. It's from 2018. And I have this one for a very long time, and I finally got to the point that I've done it, and I'm very, very happy about it because it's about time. And Aimee Stewart, you all know who she is. I do not need to introduce her. I believe she has endless amount of puzzles with any company that you think about. And this one is a delightful one. I think that actually the shelves in 2,000 pieces are better than the shelves in 1,000 pieces because you have enough space to be able to kind of like see the beauty of the different things. And if you do that in 1,000 pieces, it slightly like becomes all kind of small. It is still slightly difficult because like I do things by colors. So I did like all the blue, and then I did all the yellow, and a lot of stuff is going in a lot of places because of the shelves kind of like style of things. But as I said, it was delightful and fun, and I highly recommend to do that. And I also highly recommend to do World of Books if you haven't done it, which is another 2,000 by Aimee. I still have a few Aimee to do, which is kind of unbelievable based on the fact of like how many of them I already have done. So lots and lots of work. Okay, let's go to the next one. This one, The Phantom Menace, Star Wars Lucasfilm from 2011. I always check that I don't put it upside down because I have this tendency to do that. This one is a beautiful one, probably of the nicest Star Wars puzzles. I believe I have all the 500s, but who knows, because there are so many of them that it's very hard to know. And I've done that because I needed to do something from that shelf. And you know that I tend to do that kind of stuff, so that's what I've done. I'm trying to get to everything that is on my shelves, and that's definitely like not easy. The next one is a very challenging puzzle. It's called Sheriff Monkey. It's by Photo Report from 2001. I've done it when I was in New York, and therefore I do not have a time lapse for that. And it's not an easy puzzle. I think like I've done a few things that were even like harder than that. But you can imagine here the green stuff is not exactly easy. The horse and the monkey, I mean, I can survive. But the green stuff, especially with some kind of like lighting issues in the hotel, that's not easy. But I'm a very dedicated person, so I got that done. And as I said, I'm taking one from each shelf, but like now I just don't have that many that are colorful to do. So you'd see more and more things that you're like, oh my God, that looks difficult. So yes, it is not only looks difficult, some of them are actually difficult, and I just don't have a lot of options of what to do anymore, unfortunately. If you know some that I don't have, you always let me know. So this one, it's called Kitten Rose. It's by Imagine from 1998. And somehow I got this one. I told you I tend to do this. Somehow I got this one actually completely new from Germany. It was not that difficult. So you see, that one would not scare me. Also because it doesn't have a lot of like very dark stuff. It has a lot of yellow. It has a lot of like light green. But that's the stuff I'm actually pretty good at. So I'm more worried about the dark green more than this one. So that was really fun. And again, I have a lot of cats, I have a lot of horses, I have a lot of trees, I have a lot of that kind of stuff. But slowly we're finishing them. Maybe I'll tell you like how many more I have to do. Let's see. Let's check how many more puzzles that are 500 I have to do. Looks like I have 197 puzzles that are 500 pieces to do. So that means that in, let's say, that is a lot less than a year. I'm actually going to finish this thing. So overall, I would say that it's very, very interesting to be able to do that. So overall, I would say about 7 months, maybe 6.5 months. I'm going to be done with all of my 500s. And I'll just need to redo all of them or something, or just do stuff that is not 500s. 300s, I actually have 2 more to do, and that is because sometimes I just get new ones, but I finished with my 300s a very long time ago. Okay, so the next one I've done is Bavarian Alps. It's by Kirsch. Kirsch has lots and lots of puzzles. He's a photographer that works with Ravensburger for many, many, many years. And this one is from 2002. And if you ask yourself, is this difficult? The answer is yes, it is very difficult. And I have to say, I've done it in New York, so I didn't have the most amazing lighting. But again, I have nothing else to do. So I just have to take very difficult puzzles to New York and do them. So I tried to do 2 puzzles every day. And I need to show you something really cool, because I used to take my foam board that I broke and kind of like folded into 4. And now I figured out that my friend Sasha was complaining she's not happy about the foam board because it's kind of like not comfortable to work on. So I did something else this time, and maybe it's a good time to actually mention it. I went to Michael's and I bought a paper. Now that paper is kind of a large paper, just cost 99 cents or something. And then what I did is I folded it, and if you open that one, you can do easily 500 or 300 or probably even more on this. And it actually holds pretty well, even if you want to walk with it and take a photo. And it has a very nice background to take the photo on. So that's why my photos actually look pretty good, even in New York. And again, 99 cents, you can buy 10 of them, and it's going to actually still be nothing like buying something to travel with, or this not very comfortable roll up stuff for puzzles and stuff like that. So highly recommended, I would say. I still have my foam board, but really the foam board tend to kind of like be less comfortable to work on because you can't easily like put it back to just be straight. And this one works slightly better. I guess you can even take something that is even like thinner than that, and it might even work even not as like pretty good, like really good. Okay, our next one is called Commissar Rex by Taurus from 1998. That one is also difficult. Yes, I totally agree that it's difficult. The dog itself is actually not that difficult. I do have to admit I hated once upon a time to do fur, and now I'm actually totally okay with that. Look at the dog eating the ham sandwich. That is kind of like fun. I really enjoyed the dog. The green was slightly more difficult. If you ask me, the monkey was much more difficult than that, and that was probably like also kind of like more difficult. So I'll sign up for that based on the fact that I don't have a lot of puzzles that I haven't done yet at this point. Okay, next one. This one is called The Kiss. It's by Morgan Ray from 1999. That is not difficult. I mean, I guess it is difficult if you compare it to something very colorful, but compared to like the other ones I've done, that is not difficult. And I have picked that from my shelf, which means that it was probably the least difficult one that I had on the shelf. And you have stuff to work with because this is slightly more pink and this is like a sweater, and you have the beach and you have, you know, different kind of stuff that is their legs. They don't look like legs when you take the pieces, but they are definitely like becoming legs somehow. And there is the hat that is super helpful. So there is a lot to work with. So I would consider that not difficult. And I would say if only I did like a bunch of very colorful stuff, maybe I would say that is difficult, but I guess my difficulty bar is in a different place these days. And another one that I really enjoyed was this one. It's called Cadly Tiger. It's by Greg Cadford, 2002. Greg Cadford has a billion puzzles with Ravensburger. I actually did another cat that was slipping in jeans that is not looking like that. I wonder the other cat, who is the artist? Let me check. You know, if you go to puzzlesbylisa.com/cat, you can see all the cat puzzles that I have, which is, that's what I could say. Almost all the cat puzzles Ravensburger have. I didn't get all of them. At some point I was like, maybe I have enough cats. I'm still getting some once in a while, but not trying to actually get the last ones that I don't have or something, if they look all the same kind of. Okay, so yeah, if you go to cats, you'd find out that the other jeans that I have is called Jeans Dreams, and it's by Sabine Stewart, which is another artist that is doing a lot of cats, dogs, horses. So this one is Greg Cadford, who's doing cats, dogs. I don't think he's doing horses, actually. He's not a horses person, I think. But they are slightly reminding of each other, and both of them are actually pretty good. And it's very, very good that I stopped being afraid of anything that is related to fur, because I would be in very, very big trouble if I was. And he does have one horse that's puzzle, but only one. All the rest are dogs and cats. Okay, beautiful horses. This is called Plowing the Spring. It's by Stephen Cummins from 2004. Stephen Cummins is a person that I really like his art, and this one is delightful. And I was so lucky to find it in the UK, new, never open. It was just delightful to actually like see that and do it. And I have to tell you that that is a very, very, very rare puzzle and a very, very beautiful puzzle, and that is not very easy. But again, like, I mean, totally doable. The question is like how much time. The horses themselves and stuff like that are actually like really easy. Just some of the trees, it's just more challenging. Okay, just to make stuff spiced enough. Bavarian Alps by Kirsch. You might have guessed that, from 2006. This one I've done in my house. It was kind of fun. Again, that was the easiest on the shelf. So like if this is the easiest, you can just imagine what else I have on the shelf. But you're probably going to find out at some point later if that's interesting for you. This one is easy to kind of separate for the most part, because most of the water is not exactly the color of the sky, and the rest is kind of separable. Probably like the thing that takes the longest is just the bottom here, but again, it's not too difficult. And things that are much, much more difficult. So this one is called Further Adventures, Pirate of the Caribbean, Disney 2007. This was very, very difficult. And that is kind of like the thing with some cases like that. There is a puzzle that you just expect that's going to be easy, and then it's actually kicking you really, really bad. So that's exactly what this puzzle did, and it took me a long time to finish it because of all the dark stuff that is around here. I mean, it's still a puzzle I would like to do, but sometimes again, the thing to think about like puzzle gonna be easy and then finding out that it's really hard is really like a more surprise kind of thing that actually makes it difficult. And very nice puzzle that I can tell you why I did that one. It's called All in the Family. It's by Loose Leashers from 2009. And I have another puzzle by Loose Leashers from 1000 Piece. Both of them are actually very hard to get. And this one, the only reason I had something nice is because I just got it. So if I just get something, then it's gonna be nice because I haven't done, like I've done kind of like all of my really, really nice puzzle. So I have only difficult ones. And this one is just very nice because I just got it. And it was delightful. I totally love collages. I think that Loose Leashers are amazing. And I should do their 1000 at some point. So continuing with my difficult ones, that's another puzzle I've done in New York. And that is called Oberland Barnice. And this is by Build Archive Klinken XT. Maybe I should not try even to say the name. And I totally love those kinds of puzzles. I mean, it was hard, but it wasn't as hard as some of the other ones you've seen. Pirates of the Caribbean is kind of like really winning big time, like everything that I've done here. Like it was the most difficult one. It took me the longest to actually do. But this one was, again, just the light in New York and stuff like that is not super helpful here, but really it's totally like doable. And I like those places overall. Bavarian Alps, I guess I could just really, really like this place as well. So I have a different kind of like places where you have like Swiss houses like that. And I have a few puzzles with different kind of like angles of the same type of house. I guess it's not necessarily the exact same house, but very, very similar types of house. Okay, just to continue a little bit with 500s. 500, again, European place. This was in Cinque Terre Sunshine by Frederica Gentile, 2017. All of those Cinque Terre look exactly the same. They're always nice, they're always fun. 500 piece, super cool. You know I don't do most of the time small boxes, but when I encounter one, okay, I do it, especially if it's 500 piece. And this one is made in Germany for people who remember the thing of like checking where stuff was created. Super high quality, very fun to do. If you like Cinque Terre, it exists in 500, 1000, 1500, 2000. I don't think there is anything in like higher number than that. But if you look, there is also I think 300. So if you like Cinque Terre, you have a lot of options. Very, very, very unique one. Pooches and Cream by Lydia Kamansky from 2014. That one is something that my friend Ted found and allowed me to do that. Thank you, Ted. You're amazing. And of course, that's the reason I have a puzzle that is very colorful that I haven't done yet. And it's just because I just got it. And so I've done this one in New York. It was, let's say, mixed. It wasn't super easy, but it definitely was much closer to very easy than anything else compared to what I've done here. And I hope that ice cream is like totally safe for those dogs, because I don't personally know if I would give my dog an ice cream in a cone, but I hope that this is safe because they took a photo of this like this. Just 3 more 500s. Okay, this one, it's called Sunset in the Sand and Beautiful Beaches. That is the series that it's put in, and it's by Alan Gianna from 2018. Alan Gianna somehow did all the small boxes. and all the ones made in the US, which is very interesting. Now this one, I've done it in a normal box, 500 piece, large pieces and stuff like that. So doing it the second time, the only difficult thing was it was in New York and it's all very yellow. So it's like slightly like more difficult to do there. But overall, I would say this puzzle is very beautiful and I totally like it. And it's most of the time not in this series. And I don't know what else is in the series. No, maybe I know one that is in the series. I think they actually printed this series from existing puzzles that actually existed in other stuff. So the other one is Sunny Summer, which is something that has a different name in 300 pieces. So that's interesting. Now this poor puzzle, I've been going to New York, actually with another one that's matching the exact same thing. It's called The Artist Palette by Lars Stewart from 2023. And I've shown this puzzle a few times. I took 2 copies to just let my team kind of like do 2 puzzles or / compete with those. And it crushed a little bit on the way back, which is very sad. But overall, they loved the puzzle. They really enjoyed it. I'm getting some people addicted to puzzles, which is so much fun. If you ask me, I'm very happy to do that. And then some people said they want to do a puzzle in their house. And I had somebody today that I talked to that said, I used to do puzzles, I want to do a puzzle again. And I'm like, yes, we're helping the puzzle world to get addicted. Okay, last 500 for today. So this one is a puzzle that's called Highland Heroes by John Austin from 2012. And that is a very hard to get puzzle from the UK. And I've done it in New York, in the dark, and it's dark. So it's not super easy, but it is beautiful puzzle. Actually, even though the box looks like as a square, the puzzle itself is just a normal rectangle. So don't have high expectations on that. And overall, I have a few puzzles with that type of box that I got from the UK. One that I need to do and I really want to do is from something from the National Gallery, which is just absolutely beautiful. So train puzzles, I like trains in general, so I recommend if you like it. And yeah, something unique, special. And John Austin have a few puzzles with Ravensburger, I would believe 3. I would believe all of them are trains. But the good news is that I can always go and check in my website, something that is saying puzzlesbyliza.com, John Austin. And actually, I was wrong. There are 4 puzzles, not 3. And all of them are trains. So if you like trains, go check it out. Okay. Let's continue with smaller piece count. So the first one we have is 300 The Indians. It's by Pierre Couronne from 1992. That was the last puzzle 300 that I had to do and then finish all of them, but then I got 2 more. So I still have puzzles that I need to do that are 300 pieces. This one was fun. It was easy. It's called The Indians, which is probably the name that would not be passing in today's world. But since it's from 1992, I guess people called stuff then like in names they would not use today. So that is how the world is changing. And this puzzle is going to be vintage. The next one I've done is 200. Of course, I've done all of those in New York. I guess I don't need to say much about this, but this one is called Cadly Tiger by Juniors from 2007. And it was nice. 200 is never difficult, not even in New York, not even if it's dark. Another one I've done in New York, which is more unique, is called In Fashion by Chris Musselman from 2015. That was fun, colorful, princessy like. I guess very, very good for little girls if you're looking for this thing. And really, really super delightful. And I did this one in my house. That one is called Map of the World by H.W. Stiffel from 2020. And 200 pieces, super easy to do, really always fun. And then the last one is a very unique puzzle, which actually is funny because I have both of those puzzles in 1,000 pieces. So this one is called Carte Blanche, I think, and it's a series called Me to You, and by CBG from 2010. And these puzzles have those bears. By the way, they're not easy puzzles for the most part because actually they don't have a lot of colors, and I've done a 500 by that as well, and that was kind of difficult with a heart shape. Oh my god, I've done it twice because one time I had not a good picture and then I wanted to do it a second time, so I got it again, and that was difficult. So doing a 100 piece puzzle and a 200 piece puzzle and a 100 piece puzzle was very fun, really cool. And of course, the person that found this puzzle for me was Ted. So thank you, Ted, again. And I will always mention people who are actually like helping me to find super cool things or letting me do some cool puzzles, because it is so much fun to actually like have friends that are liking puzzles as much as I do. So if you like that, check out the Me to You page on my website because there are several puzzles by them. Let me actually verify how many. Quite a few. So there are 11, not 11. There are overall 8 puzzles by Me to You, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are 1,000. 2 are 500s, and the last one is the one that I just showed you. Again, they're all somewhat challenging, but all are totally worth it. So, with that, I guess we went through a bunch of puzzles and pieces. We covered some really cool ones. We covered my special Michael's page, which of course I got more than one because I'm like crazy enough to just go with one. And since we're here, I'll pick my most favorite puzzle, which is going to be this one. I believe that one is the nicest puzzle that I've done in the last 2 weeks. It's the most colorful, unique, vintage, and fun puzzles that I've done, and probably the most rare one as well. As much as I like Gelini, I would say the Gelini one is not going to win, but even though it's really a tough decision, I'll give it the second place. So yeah, here you got my recommendation. Please let me know which one did you like the most from everything I've done. Please let me know which one you think is the most difficult to do from everyone that I've done. I guess there is a very tough competition on that as well. I think I'll go with the monkey, but I don't know for sure. It always looks better after you've done with it, I would say. So I forgot to tell you, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy those. You see very interesting puzzles and very unique ones, and maybe slightly too many of them. And yeah, if you stay here, you're going to see all of those completed beautiful puzzles, and see you hopefully very soon. Bye bye.